Hello, Aquarius. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing very, very well. Aquarius, let's see how your energies will be for February 2026. We're going to do a general reading. Let's see where the energy will be focused. Remember that we'll go over the details later in the new videos I upload to the channel, so stay tuned. Anyway, this reading applies to everyone who has their sun ascendant as well as their moon or Venus in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius, I invite you to follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts where I'll be uploading new content for all of you. Let's channel a message for the sign of Aquarius. Aquarians are also celebrating their birthdays this month since the sun is in your sign. Congratulations to all Aquarians. Let's see the general energy available for February 2026 Aquarius sign. Goodbye. Aquarius, this begins with the World, Strength, goodbye, the Ten of Cups, King of Swords, goodbye. Well, there's good energy, good closing energy. These are the kinds of closures that push you forward, those closures that take you to new places. We could be talking about a month where you feel that ending. Many Aquarius are finishing a cycle of growth, a big stage of growth, of learning, of challenges. And now at last, I've made it this month. Why? Because we see that you have put in or are putting in a lot of willpower to move forward, for your desires, for your ideals, to also carry out your projects, your ideas. And I feel that the moment has arrived. It's not like the month of I finally made it. It's the month where I was finally able to finish this, finally able to finish or get this situation off my back or free myself from all this past. Some Aquarius, pay attention because you might be, I see there's also an issue of moving. You might be moving. This could be about relocating, like a new house, a new life, like starting from scratch in a new place, in that beautiful house you've wished for, the one you've dreamed of. And yes, this hasn't been, let's see, even though the universe is making it easier for you to make this change, have you moved? This hasn't come for free, Aquarius. You've worked hard to achieve and reach these dreams. Because there has been planning, because there has been strategy, there has been a good vision, there have been decisions. That's what's important. You haven't just waited for everything to happen, but you've made decisions. You've moved forward. You've dared. And you've encouraged yourself to do it. To put an end to certain stories, to let go and release everything familiar, all the past, all those situations that had already served their purpose, all this release. What is coming into your life is renewal. It's a month of total renewal, so there is a clear ending and a beginning. This ending and this beginning. What they are doing is strengthening you. Strengthening your mind, strengthening your spirit, your emotions. Also enhancing your creativity, your desire to move forward and go for more. Let's see what else we have. See you. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. General energy available SM Christmas. February 2026. Let's take 3 more arcana. We have the 5 of Pentacles, Waros, the High Advisor, Lotiza, and we have the 6 of Wands, the Knight of Swords. There really is an energy. That's why we've talked about closure, release, renewal. But there's also a great energy. I feel this like coming out of a shell, you know? like starting to express everything you've been holding in too. Why? Because there are insecurities or fears that will be left behind. The fear of moving forward isn't just saying, well, I feel that in this new goal I have right now, after having analyzed it, after having studied it, and then I feel like that's where I have to move on my own. Sometimes, of course, you look for support from outside, and this is like Aquarius, who doesn't give up. It's Aquarius. Even if there aren't certain people around you supporting a goal, an ideal. And of course, sometimes you feel this, it's not something that stops you, but you've said, well, I'm going to look at the situation from a different perspective and move forward anyway. Even though you don't have the support of certain people, or there has also been some kind of disappointment with someone close, I feel it more like a test. It's like a new version of yourself is going to awaken, is going to come out of anonymity. Isn't it going to start showing itself, start communicating, start speaking, start demanding, and start defending its principles and its truths? So this new version of yourself, this appearance, can also be quite surprising for many people. There's a process for this new version to appear, and I feel that too. There will be a time of the month when you withdraw and connect with your deepest self, when you start to illuminate your inner self. You also start to say, well, what has been inside me? What am I holding inside? What have I not expressed? What have I not let go of? What insecurity might be there? What needs to be overcome? Also, overcome certain wounds, close certain wounds, and say, this is the truth. It hasn't defeated me, but rather it has made me stronger. So, your life will become clearer. You'll go through a test. There's an internal test. Above all, take that moment aside. But after this test, you will come out renewed. You will come out, this is how I really feel, like the hero's journey, right? Who has had to descend into a deep place, into a dark place, but without fear. Not without fear, to observing what has been there, also finding your potential. And then come back to the surface, much brighter. Isn't it like you've transformed? You're going to transform. And that brightness is going to draw attention. You're going to attract new people, new opportunities. That brightness is what's aligning and will align with these new desires and these new goals. Okay, but there's a process. Let's see what else we have. February 2026. General energy. And available for the sign of Aquarius. Subtitle, Architect. You have the Page of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Has another Page of Pentacles come out again? Well, something new begins this month, and that's why I say it's about daring. There are certain situations that won't block you. On the contrary, they're tests in your progress. This could also be related. Pay attention to the financial aspect. If there's any situation, it might be that at some point during the month, you start questioning the issue of money, your relationship with money, how much is being spent, how much money comes in, how much money goes out. I think you'll review the situation and decide soon because it's approaching. I feel like there's going to be a breakthrough and unlocking in the financial area, either because you're going to create a new source of income. Many of you might start a new job, but everything is leading you to try something different, to try something new, to get excited about a new idea that can generate more income, more resources for you. I feel that this new source of income or job It's something that's also very closely tied to your creativity, to what really excites you, what you like, what also fills you with emotion. Why not give this a try? It's also important that you give yourselves this opportunity to move forward on a new economic path. There will be rewards for this, and I can sense that you're really determined in this new phase, focused, concentrated, and also starting to put that project you have in mind into action. All you've studied, known, and learned over so long, it's going to help you apply it to this project and start earning money. This is also about monetizing knowledge you already have. It's not so much about looking for a new job, but about monetizing that knowledge. Okay, good. New economic stage this month, new values. Very important, like what I just said, that wisdom and that something I insist, something you've studied, and at some point you've wondered, well, why did I study this? Do you have that information there? But maybe at the time there was fear, like I'm not going to dedicate myself to this, or I don't know if this information I have could benefit me financially. Maybe those are the fears you must overcome. Because as the days go by and time passes, you'll realize that yes, it can. That thing that inspires you, that you like, that you're passionate about, that you've been keeping inside, that information you've been accumulating, you'll be able to monetize it. You'll also be able to market your knowledge. Let's see, let's go. Which major arcana will be accompanying you? We already have the High Priestess. February 2026, Aquarius, goodbye. And do you have the Sun? And yes, we've talked about how there's a process there that's not very deep, where they'll be getting to know themselves. There's a moment there, like a kind of darkness. But this is so that the light, so that you can find that light, so that you can find yourself and connect with your essence. So Aquarius is a month of shining. It's a month of growth, of expansion. It's a month where you will have great personal revelations. It's a month where you align with your spirit, you align with your truth, with your essence. And it's also a month to express yourself, to express everything you had kept inside, everything that was contained, that wasn't coming out, to start letting it go, okay? It's a month of enlightenment. Dear Aquarius, this is what we've seen for all of you for February 2026. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you here next time. Thank you.